So I thought I'd make a video about this really cancerous meme. It's called Praise Kekistan. The reason why it's so cancerous is because of the fact that it started off as a really ironic, like it was so bad that it was only meant to stay in its infancy. For those who don't know, Kekistan is basically a really shitty pun on obviously like Afghanistan or Pakistan, probably Pakistan, but with the word kek. And if you don't know what kek means, kek was a pretty popular synonym for lol, I guess. It's like sort of like a laughing kind of thing, but it was mostly used on 4chan. And on 4chan, there are such boards on there, such as poll. For those who don't know what poll is politically incorrect. Now, don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with being politically incorrect, but on poll, there is so much brain dead monotony of like politics in that board that for most people who've spent years on 4chan, they realize that it's like you have to take it ironically. Like it's almost like a satire board at this point, because like there's so much circle jerking and there's so much of the same old opinions, just sort of like they're really bad. Like, oh, it was like for instance, like gas the kikes, right? That was obviously a very racially charged and supposed to be a really offensive word, and literally the only sort of idea behind that was just to be edgy and offensive, and that was it. And unfortunately, some people have taken that into seriousness, both people who agree with that statement and people who don't agree with that statement. So there's some people who like obviously the whole thing about the Wall Street Journal taking anti-Semitism seriously because of shit like this that people put on the internet. And then there are people who saw it on the internet, saw that a lot of people were saying this, thought they were cool for saying it as well, and so they decided to say it to be cool and edgy. But it's in all reality, it's really fucking dumb. It's not funny. Like I'm not saying that because I can't take offensive humor. It's just not funny. Like it's tasteless and pretty much shares almost everything in common with things like Praise Kekistan or like the Red Pill in general. Like I don't really care about the Red Pill's politics. Like I'm not attacking it politically. I mean, I think some of the politics are really half-baked. Some of them, I mean, I was an original Red Pillar. I was there when the community on Reddit, I know Reddit's a shitty site, but I was there on Reddit when it first started, when there was only like a couple hundred people on that subreddit, and it was completely different from what it is today. But anyways, like it's so stupid because it's like a teenage sort of spin-off of The Matrix. Like that one edgy kid who keeps on like quoting The Matrix for his like philosophy in like middle school. This is the same thing, right? I mean, the reason why I'm even like saying this is because Chris Raygun and a whole bunch of other YouTubers, I think like TJ Kirk, I don't even want to look at the picture again, but a lot of YouTubers at VidCon, somebody brought a Praise Kekistan flag, and then they brought it to VidCon and they all took a photo together. But what's really painfully ironic about this whole fucking thing is that the Praise Kekistan flag had the 4chan logo on it. And if you go to 4chan and if you go to the politically incorrect where it originated, you'll see that everybody fucking hates that flag. Everybody completely despises it. They think it's the worst joke ever because it was so shitty that it was funny. That was the joke. It was so bad that it was funny. And it's just so disgusting to see people popularize it and sort of like treat it as though it's an actual joke. No, it's a fucking reference. That's what a meme is. It's a really low effort joke that's solely based off of reference, and that's it. That's the whole Praise Kekistan thing. It's fucking retarded. You should feel ashamed for using it. I hate myself. I'm gonna go die. Bye.